Most of the smoke is gone. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the infamous project. Today we are doing some E60 M5 work, and I've got some help with me. Might remember him, actually. I had him in a couple other videos when we were doing Vanos bleeds. And oh, that stupid fuel tank sending unit that we had to get the Dremel and cut the lock ring off the top, Mr. Sinan. And he's local. He's 20 minutes down the road, deals with a lot of BMWs. And well, I brought him in today for two reasons. Number one, when you got a job like this, sometimes you need some help to get you motivated and want to get it done. And number two, it's a really good opportunity because the two of us have both looked online to try and find information on how to do valve cover gaskets on an S85.
There's nothing.
There's nothing. Like, you can find out how people build motors or do head gaskets and stuff like that, and the valve covers are to that part. But there's nothing in the case that I'm in right now where these valve cover gaskets are leaking so bad. And I got a small little clip when we first started this car up this morning. Bad valve cover gaskets. So we'll get this inside and get them swapped up before it catches fire. I honestly thought this car was going to catch fire on me last week. The cabin was filled with smoke. I was doing 70 miles an hour down a state road, and I was literally asking myself, do I call the fire department and have them meet me somewhere? Do I stop? And then, you know, so I just kind of put the windows down. I kept smelling. It's like, am I only smelling burning oil, or am I smelling burning plastics? And I just kind of like slowly, right? Because the faster you're going, the more you're fueling possible flames. And I made it home, and I parked down the road at first because I wasn't going to bring any possible fires into my driveway or next to the shop. So everything was fine. The smoke settled, and well, here we are right now. What's our plan of attack?
I think it looks easy. It looks straightforward.
Well, it's like we're doing 2-3 series.
Basically.
Minus a cylinder. You just got to do it on both sides.
You're gonna only removing this intake, top one, and you got a couple of plastic right
like
here.
the reservoirs for the coolant will come off. Once we can pull this piece off for the cabin filters. Maybe these braces, maybe no. Here. But
we will find out.
I think the biggest concern for this guy, 213,000 miles on it, lived its life in Florida. Things are brittle. So we got plastics like Texas, right? The heat gets to them. Yeah. And so that'll be, hopefully, fingers crossed, we don't break stuff. You know, it's taking one step forward, two steps back.
I don't see a lot of plastic, honestly.
Yeah.
Only.
And like, we'll get these covers off. I know there's like this is like a cover on top of the valve cover.
Yeah.
And the other side's broken because I've had to do a couple coil packs on this car, guys. And I think I even had to do cylinder number 10, which I did manage to reach my hand back there without taking off the plenum.
And you have to remove the top cover, right? The plastic one?
Yeah. So we'll see. Hopefully it's not too bad. Hopefully this video is going to be informative to some because these cars are getting really old at this point, and valve cover gaskets is a BMW thing.
Yep. Do it a lot.
So that's it, guys. We'll try and document as much of this as we can. Hopefully it'll be pretty straightforward and give some more life to this car. All right, fun times. So underneath the intake top plenum portion here, there's the intake ports for each cylinder, and each one of them, it's almost, you know, like it's around if you had, say, 10 throttle bodies, if you will. So each one of those has a gear clamp, you know, with the rubber coupler on it. So Sinan is now taking off all those gear clamps. You can see he's got, we had to get creative. You either need a super long flathead or standard screwdriver. And what'd you say, 6mm?
6mm. Yeah.
6mm.
It
So
worked pretty good.
BMWs are compromised of the oddest stuff, guys. It's all the metric system. So 6mm, 8mm, 10mm are your friends. You're definitely going to want multiples. And then BMW loves using Torx. So I think we were a T45 to get the cross bracing off. And other than that, fancy style clips and connectors, you know, usually like a pinch style setup. And that's pretty much it. Here's all the plastics, cabin filters. There's that, the brace I was talking about. So not too bad. Once this plenum comes off, it's really going to open things up. The air boxes should be able to stay in place, I would think. If not, they're not the hardest thing to get out of the way. This is loose, so we'll be able to, or did we forget one? No, yeah, we'll be able to lift that out of the way and hopefully get those valve covers off.
This side should be.
Oh yeah, because they are independent, aren't they? Ta-da! So, actually curious. There you can see all the internals, the trumpets. You know, it's not even that oily in there. Considering the miles and everything, that doesn't look bad, right?
It looks clean, yeah.
No, I'm just going to make sure that this wires.
I think we're gonna need to move it because there's 2 3 bolts on the back right here. So we're gonna move it.
So does the cover include this? Or
Yeah.
is it just over here?
We're
Because
gonna
this is where the
this
cylinder.
cover.
Okay.
And then the valve cover ends right here, you could see. And then after that, I think, like the E63, the timing covers, but
Okay.
not sure if this is the same.
Yeah.
It's not, I'm wrong. That's the V8, this one is V10. We disconnect the battery for this?
Yeah, we can do that. Isn't that step number 1?
Yeah.
All right, so we've gotten this far and just disconnected the battery, right? Safety first. Should have been step number 1, but step number 32 in our case. So air boxes did come out, did manage to just kind of bungee the coolant reservoir over to the side here. So now I'm messing with the Vanos connectors, which those are the things that you want to be careful with in terms of brittleness. Make sure, or hopefully he's taking pictures, mental notes.
I forgot. All right.
Maybe where the grounds go, you know?
Yeah. Because we didn't see anything regarding the valve cover job, or
Yeah, like there's nothing that told us what to do or what to look for. Or this is all just start pulling stuff apart and figure it out. So you can see how oily this valve cover is. There's no doubt that thing has been leaking profusely. And I did tighten all the bolts down, the ones that I could access, which were mainly the ones down here, as much as I could when I first got the car, because that was one of the clauses when I bought this thing, is the guy said, hey, you know, it drips if the car's sitting for a couple of days, and you know, it burns off and you're good. So I pretty much got away with it for a year, because I got this car first thing in the new year of 2024, and here we are day after Thanksgiving, so not too bad. Oh, you got the coil.
Yeah, but I think it's savable. Yeah. If we just
We'll put it in the
remove
front.
this.
Yeah, as long as the contacts
Yeah.
are they fucked up. No, it should be all right actually.
Still saved $80. All right.
I feel like I got it.
Wait. The line.
I know, I'm on the cover. There we go.
I didn't want to do that.
I don't blame you. It's better when, you know, maybe I'm breaking it.
All right, we have one still. Okay. Come on.
Ta-da!
Right there.
Holy. Alright. Oh, look at this. A little bit of sludgy stuff. Oh, what's that?
Ah, makes sense. Oh, this is from here, look. These plastic...
I don't know, man. That's... The fuck is that?
Oh, this is from the gasket. Yeah.
Oh, because it's rotted. Hard gasket.
Yep. But
213,000 miles. I think it could be a lot worse. So we'll just be very careful cleaning the surfaces. All right, guys, well, old gasket, like this is soft, but here, this is rock solid. Like I can't even explain to you how hard that gasket is. So we've got 2 new gaskets here. Victor Rhines from FCP Euro. We got all these things that apparently you need, and I'm still trying to figure out where they even go. Maybe on the top sides, I have no idea. You need 34 of those. I bought 35 just in case. And then one, just so you guys are aware, there's 2 part numbers. They don't tell you left and right. I just assumed one is left and one is right. You can see 283, 284. So same thing with the BMW part numbers. There's 2, and they do not say if they're side specific. I just assume that there's 2. So the only thing could be is one was like LCI and one was pre-LCI, but I have a feeling it's left and right. So that's that. Get cleaning, got a can of brake clean. Of course, we want to make sure that don't get any debris down in the cam area. So we'll be meticulous and careful in terms of that, and hopefully get gasket number 1. Like, look at that, guys. We were wondering why it was so hard to get the valve cover off. It was like fused. Oh, look at that.
it's
solid.
solid.
Oh yeah, because it goes in the channel. Yeah, we'll have to make sure we rinse and clean all that shit off.
I had to get this way.
Yeah, just make sure you don't crack the valve cover because they're so damn hard. Since our valve cover did come off in one piece. Of the old gasket, that stuff is hard as plastic. It's just unreal. Like, watch this. That used to be rubber. So probably safe to say gaskets have never been changed before. I'm working over here trying to get the surface. We vacuumed as much as we could. I'm using some brake clean and a clean microfiber, and we'll get all the surface area nice and clean. So that way we can ensure a good seal when we put everything back together. some brake clean, that's all good. The air pump down here, see, full of carbon. Really don't care about that. That's common BMW stuff. I'd just let it be, man. And then yes, our surfaces are good. We did disconnect the fuel line, so now that's out of the way. So between that and the alternator cable that was going across here, which we removed, should allow us to get the valve cover in there with ease, and hopefully the gasket, it shouldn't slip because it's kind of pressure fit in there. So everything is pressure washed, you know, cleaned and prepped. So installation should be reverse of removal. Also cleaned up the cam sensors here. They had quite a bit of stuff on them, so they're all nice and clean. It should be good to roll. You remember which one was which?
Yeah, I do.
I'll check my picture.
I don't need to move this?
I don't think so. I think as long as I just hold this back for you. Just double check the gasket, make sure it doesn't move.
That's good.
Looks
Oh,
good.
this one moved.
Oh, you took it off.
I did, yeah.
It's just hitting that harness a little bit.
That's it. Now we just gotta push it down.
Oh, because of the... There. Boom! Whew! Looks nice and clean. Should have
Nice and
painted them. All right, so here we are wrapping stuff up. No idea why my GoPro lost all audio recording, but here I'm showing one of the coil packs that, you know, suffered some injuries, if you will, upon removal, and really just the clip, and some of them, right, some channel locks were needed to get in there in the backside. So everything's pretty much cleaned up. You can see MAF's back on, airbox is back on, and pretty much getting the back portions of things back together where the cabin filters go and buttoning everything up. So pretty straightforward, not too bad of a job. And here's me reaffirming that it was a pretty straightforward operation. So in terms of changing your valve covers on S85, it could be a lot worse. And in fact, I feel like maybe even your average 3 Series could be more difficult than this was. You got bolts, you got some plastic connectors and clips, and just be patient.